I feel so untalented already. Oh my God. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the channel. I stumbled across this amazing video called Little Children in Musical Theater Making Me Feel Untalented for 12 Minutes. Not only is that a very intriguing title, but I thought it would be a good opportunity to learn from some younger performers. Some of these clips might be a little bit old, so maybe the performers aren't so young anymore, but that doesn't matter. We can still learn a lot from them anyway. And if you don't know me, hi. How are you? My name is Nick. I'm a voice teacher, content creator, and professional singer. And I love to analyze and break down music so we can figure out why it's so good. And the result is maybe we can learn a thing or two from the performer and we can enjoy their performance even more because we understand it better. I'll put all the information I can in the description below, including the performer's name, what musical it is, what kind of production it was, what year it was. All of those questions will be answered in the description below. Looks like Annie is first up. Here we go. I feel so untalented already. Oh my God. Wow, that took 15 seconds for me to feel like a pile of garbage. Sa, right off the bat, right out of the gate, we're getting some beautiful vowel modification happening here. So the word is say, but she's going and sa, opening that mouth, giving her more space. It's perfect. I feel like I recognize this performer from Into the Woods. I could be wrong. When I edit this video, I'll confirm that. But familiar voice, really, really good, like exceptionally good. And it's due in part to the fact that she's really opening that mouth. Ah, sa. Great. Come what may, come what may. It's like when Timberlake says, it's gonna be May. But this has a little bit more talent, I would say. This is an incredibly talented young singer. Vowel modification, absolutely love it. Opening that mouth a little bit more, giving more space, not spreading this way. If we spread too far this way, what's gonna happen? The throat's gonna clench up on us. So we open vertically. We don't drop the jaw too much, but open vertically gives you more space. So that's really working. Breath support, yeah. Do you see any tension or any shaking of the head? No, that's a good amount of airflow. I love it.
Come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're always a day away. Tomorrow.
Oh, that's a really hard vowel. Tomorrow. When we sing that high, kind of in our belting mix sound, that's kind of where she's living right now. There has to be a bit of a squeeze happening. Tomorrow. There has to be, or else it's going to be too round and it's not going to have that musical theater aesthetic that we want. If we go tomorrow, that's like a round Teletubby, and we don't want that. We need that kind of pointed directional tomorrow. She's also a kid playing a kid's role, right? So it has to have that childlike quality to it. If it's too round, it just sounds out of place. Wow. If you're ever wondering what belting should sound like, there it is. And she's 12 years old. So here's the deal. I need to fill you in on a bit of information. So the video is called Little Children in Musical Theater Making Me Feel Untalented for 12 Minutes. Let's just get it out of the way. These kids are exceptionally talented. But I think it's disrespectful to pin all of this on talent because the work ethic of some of these Broadway kids is next level. Like, it's so unbelievably good. And the training that they're getting is world class. Because if you're doing a long musical theater run, maybe it's like a 3-week run even, that's a lot of singing. even 4 shows, to be honest. That's a lot of singing for a young singer. So they have to ensure that they're doing it in a healthy way, and they need talented teachers and coaches and mentors guiding them to do these things in a healthy way, or else they won't have a long career at all. Wow. Nice job, little Gavroche. If you don't know musical theater all that well, Gavroche is like the fiery troublemaker who is on the side of the, I don't know what you'd call him, the rebellion. And it's great because he's kind of a spy, but he's just a kid, so people don't really suspect him. He's a well-known kid on the street, so he gathers all the information. And as the singer and actor, you really have to be fiery and kind of feisty. And here's the other thing with these kids is that they're at this place where their voices are changing, right? That age, like 8 to 14, is really difficult to be a young singer because your voice is changing. It's different week to week. And it would be tempting, I would say, for Gavroche to want to be the boy soprano singer. It would be easy to flip into that falsetto sound because that's where boy sopranos generally live. So to be belting at a young age like that for a young boy, very, very good. Not easy to do. And next we have Billy Elliot.
It's like that there's music playing in your ear, but the music is impossible to hear. But then I feel it move me like a burning deep inside. Something burst in me wide open, impossible to hide.
Listen to those P's. Possible. That's diction for you. So once again, that very strong British accent. And the question has to be asked, is this Tom Holland? And I just checked the comment section of this video just to see if there was any information. And there seems to be great debate because it really, really looks like him. But let's ignore that. Talented young singer regardless.
Something burst in me wide open, impossible to hide. And suddenly I'm flying like a bird, like electricity.
Nice.
Sparks inside of me, and I'm free.
Whoa. So now I feel doubly untalented because I may be a singer, but I am not a dancer. And this is what makes Billy Elliot one of the hardest roles to cast because you have to have a kid that can sing and dance. That's really tough. And it's kind of a real shame if you have a kid that can really sing well, but they can't dance, or if they can dance really well, but they can't sing. Like, that's why it's really hard. But this singer, if it's Tom Holland or not, can do both exceptionally well. Whoa.
Become a screaming horde! Take out your hockey stick and choose it as a sword! Never again will we be ignored! We'll find out where chalk is stored and draw read pictures on the board! It's not insulting, read about it!
So this is Matilda. Of course, right? With the desks and the chalkboard and the school uniforms. This is Matilda. Tim Minchin. One of my favorite musicals. I had the privilege to do this musical last summer, and it was so much fun, and I was so happy because the kids in the show that we had were so talented, and they worked hard to make it like this. It has to be so high energy. It's just incredible. And I want to highlight this very first line because it came up as a bit of an issue when we were rehearsing. We will become a screaming horde. Now, horde, we all know it's a group of people, angry mob kind of thing. But what does it sound like if you remove the D of horde, right? And when you're on stage, you have to be able to project that final D consonant or else it'll sound really bad. So let's just listen to how this singer does the final consonant D on this word. Listen to this. chord. That's how it needs to be done, or else it won't work for obvious reasons. Okay.
Drop on the stick and choose it as a sword. Never again will we be ignored. We'll find out where chalk is stored.
And draw read pictures on the board.
If you're insulting, read about it. We can ask me and how we work. If the number was wrong, wrong is right. S-U-I-N-O-R-T-Y. Turn it to big old T. Some people that say it's a Lilla. We participate at the same time. There's some that the trust will catch. She can take her hammer and a sage. Push us to roll.
I love this so much. I'm getting chills watching this because these kids are giving it 110%. That's how it has to be. And I actually quite enjoyed the Matilda movie version on Netflix, the new one that they did that was based on the musical, because I thought that the choreography was very musical theater. I thought that the energy was very high. And oftentimes those musical movie adaptations are a complete miss. Cats, for example.
What the hell?
Was horrible. Les Mis, not so great. But I thought Matilda was pretty good. And again, these kids are in that belty place, which is hard for young singers to get that projection and get that sound, but this is top class. Here we go. Wow. I love Matilda the musical. If you don't know it, look it up, watch it. Look at some of Tim Minchin's stuff. He's hilarious. You'll enjoy it. Trust me.
I'll see what I see, what I know, what I see. Do you all see the memories tomorrow reminds me? Tomorrow will come, tomorrow won't come, tomorrow come today.
This is a really pleasant sounding voice. So now we have a singer that's a little bit older than what we've been hearing so far. And to make it creepy, it seems like we have some interesting interval melodic choices. Da dee da da wah, da 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 da.
Tomorrow will come, tomorrow won't come, will tomorrow come today? And turn the light off. Do you
Ooh, I
all
like that.
see what I see, what I know, what I see? Do you all see the memories tomorrow?
So this kind of singing is almost speech-like, right? It's very, very legato, very melodic, but there's a lower quality to it that's closer to speech. And here's a pro tip for you. If you can practice speaking and singing at the same time, it's going to really benefit you. What does that really even mean? Well, if you're singing, tomorrow will come, I might go, tomorrow will come, tomorrow will come, tomorrow will come, tomorrow will come. Because speaking is so natural to us, and sometimes when we put on our singer's hats, we try to do more, we try to do too much, and it doesn't quite work, and we push, or we're straining, or we're flat, or we're sharp, or something like that. If you can make it as natural as speaking is, you'll be in good shape. Just like this singer right here.
Reminds me, tomorrow will come, tomorrow won't come, tomorrow come today. Tomorrow will come, tomorrow won't come, will tomorrow come today?
Interesting how this is filmed, hey? The camera's very close up, panning left to right. So is this from like a movie adaptation or just a filmed production? Interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of this before.
And turn the light off.
Just look at me.
Oh.
I'm world-class traveler each Friday night. Travel, travel, travel from her house to his house. First take the 104 with my computer. I'm just a little kid, not a commuter. And each Sunday night, mother comes to get me and I hear them fight. Everybody's yelling about the bar mitzvah. It's not a wrestling match. Why are they sweating?
This is so fun. I just went back a few seconds. Watch when he sits down, how it's perfectly on the beat. I don't know why I noticed this, but I did.
His house, first take the one
See?
Friday night. Travel, travel, travel from her house to his house. First take the 104 with
Perfect.
my computer. I'm just a little kid, not a commuter.
Beautiful. To piggyback on what I said earlier about speaking and singing, this is very close to speech. And I say this to my students all the time when I'm teaching. Speaking and singing are very similar. It's just that singing has more exact pitches, right? We can identify different pitches, where with speaking, we maybe can't identify them, but they're still pitch. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing well. Or I'm not doing very well. We go down in pitch or we go up in pitch. And this is very close to speech. We're like kind of halfway on that spectrum of speaking and singing. That being said, to get the clarity in the tone and also clarity in the diction, the singer has to work very, very hard to spit out all those words.
And each Sunday night, mother comes to get me and I hear them fight. Everybody's yelling about the bar mitzvah. It's not a wrestling match, why are they sweating? It's not a funeral, what's so upsetting? It's a celebration where I get presents.
Nice.
But everybody's yelling and everybody's ruining it. It's a celebration.
And what makes it really great is when they then do sing or they hold a note longer and it's this beautiful tone that matches what we just had with that kind of speech-like quality. What I really like about this singer is the facial expressions. We can see this is where I get presents, but everybody's kind of yelling at each other. What's the deal with that?
Where I get richer, but everybody's yelling and everybody's ruining it. Everybody's ruining it. Why, oh, why? There is a castle on a cloud. I like to go there in my sleep. Aren't any floors for me to sweep? Not in my castle on a cloud.
Very nice. Perhaps the most overdone solo for young singers is Castle on a Cloud. When I was growing up in my town, we had a music festival. And what a music festival is in a classical music and musical theater context is not like Coachella or Woodstock or anything like that. It's where groups of young singers get together and perform in classes. So there's an adjudicator, which is like a judge, and they give you feedback on your singing. They give you a mark. I think it's like out of 100, really, usually from like a 75 to 95 range. And then they award a winner for the class. So before I went to university, I did this every single year, and I was performing and learning different solos and all these things. That's how I got a lot of my performance opportunities, is through the music festival. And there was a musical theater class. And if you didn't hear Castle on a Cloud at least 4 times, something was wrong. So I've heard many, many, many different versions of this, but this is definitely the best. And believe it or not, it's actually deceivingly hard because she has to sing, "Not in my castle on a cloud," which is pretty low for a young singer.
There is a lady all in white, holds me and sings a lullaby. She's nice to see and she's soft to touch. She says, "Cosette, I love you very much."
Sweet. So not only does it have to sound very sweet and pure and innocent, but it has to look it too, and look at her face. "Cosette, I love you very much." Show it in your eyes. That's what musical theater is. That's what performing is. Show it in your eyes. Let's watch.
Nice to see and she's soft to touch. She says, "Cosette, I love you very much."
Nice.
I know a place where no one's lost.
Very strong British accent here as well.
I know a place where no one cries. Crying at all is not allowed. Not in my castle on a cloud.
Nice.
Sing and play the piano.
Splash his name across the big bright banner.
Whoa! Whoa. Is that Hugh Jackman? Whoa! Sheesh. So kind of like Billy Elliot, you gotta sing and you gotta dance. This time you gotta tap dance. This honestly makes me feel terrible about myself, but I feel happy for this kid because he can tap dance, he can sing, he can act, he can do all the things. So for this next one, we've once again returned to Matilda. This time she's singing Quiet, which is kind of her big solo. And to give you some backstory on Matilda, she is very mature for her age and extremely intelligent. She's had to deal with parents who are kind of dumb and who are kind of irresponsible and not very nice to her. So she has lived her life and found solace in books. So she reads books all the time. So she's very smart. And in this song, she's describing all the emotions and thoughts and feelings and things that she has going on in her head. And now she just wishes everything could stop and she can get some quiet.
But I wonder if inside my head I'm not just a bit different from some of my friends. These answers that come into my mind unbidden, these stories delivered to me fairly written. And when everyone shouts like they seem to like shouting, the noise in my head is incredibly loud. And I just wish they'd stop, my dad and my mum, and the telly and the stories would stop for just once. And I'm sorry, I'm not quite explaining it right, but this all becomes anger and the anger is light. And it's burning inside me, would usually fade, but it's in today, and the heat and the shouting.
Hear how many words there are on this? It's just like crazy. Matilda has this ability to remember lots of words and numbers and all these really complex things. So this piece of music reflects how intelligent she is.
And my heart is pounding, and my eyes are burning, and suddenly everything is.
Oh, beautiful belting sound. Okay, so this is where it pauses. There's this holy hush, falls over the theater, and then we get
Quiet.
Nice.
Like silence, but not really silent.
Oof, that's hard. So to keep that in tune when it's so delicate, quiet, quiet. That top note, so hard to keep in tune. I know this because I've worked with Matildas on this before, and I've tried to sing it myself. Quiet. And have this lighter tone all of a sudden. To keep that in tune, it's not easy.
Just that still sort of quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sound of a page being turned in a book, or a pause in a walk in the woods. Don't it feel like the wind is on?
Very nice. There seems to be a common theme emerging in this video, and it's that children's roles in musical theater are incredibly difficult to cast. It's different if you're doing like a Broadway junior production where they're adult roles written for adults in a lower key so kids can do it. But when you have Broadway roles for young kids, it's really hard to cast because they need to be mature enough that they can learn the music and understand their character. They need to be able to act and show it on their faces. There's a lot of elements that go into this, and I'm just blown away by the talent in this video.
Always howling. Don't it seem like there's never any light? What's that day? Don't you want to throw the towel? See the end, put it up a fight. No one's there when you drink like crazy. No one cares if you grow or if you're crazy. No one tries and your eyes get red and weepy. From the crying, you would think this place would sing. Oh, it's a high back light for us. It's a high back light for us. No one cares for you or switch when you're in and vanish.
Annie is just one of those musicals that it's just so catchy, you can't get it out of your head. This group and this production in particular seems to be very, very talented. Did you hear that high, high, high? It's a hard knock life. That's kind of crazy. And I know we're focusing on the singing, but look at the choreography in this. The kids are very exact, very energized, and perfectly placed and perfectly done. Watch this. They're not just memorizing exactly where all the movements are, they can feel it musically. And that's such an important distinction. Can you actually feel the music, or are you just memorizing when to move? It truly is a hard knock life, but when you have talented individuals and wonderful music, life's a little bit better, right? And I think on that wonderful note, we'll call it a day for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comments section below. As I said, any information about the musicals, the performers, all of that stuff will be in the video description. So go check that out. That's gonna be it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Love you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. And if you want the extended version of this video and you want bonus and exclusive content from me, please check out my Patreon.